Hello. Today is Friday, October 11th, 2024. This is a sideshow. I'm Theodore Parker. And today, weather-wise, here in Lexington, Kentucky, it will be sunny. Highs in the mid-70s and lows in the upper 40s. Drones show homes wiped down to their foundations from Milton passing through. Also, Milton is being blamed for 17 deaths. Today, sunrise, 7:43 a.m., sunset, 7:05 p.m. The wind, 1 mile per hour. The AQI is good at 25. Pollen, moderate. As I said, today is Friday, October 11th, 2024. This is a sideshow. I'm Theodore Parker. And don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. I know we're in the fall of the year. Next month, we'll be moving into daylight saving time with the milder weather and lower temperatures. I still want to advise you to be mindful of drinking enough water. The key to that is the color of your urine. With enough water, your urine should be clear to pale yellow. Clear to pale yellow means you're getting enough water. Darker than that, you need to drink some water. And that's water, not other beverages. The news. Again, death toll from Hurricane Milton rises as Florida picks up the pieces from the storm's destruction, and this is coming from Tampa, Florida. Power and other utilities continue to slowly be restored across Florida after Hurricane Milton's less than 12-hour trek across the state, leaving behind more than 4 million without electricity at its peak and neighborhoods flooded. Milton is being blamed for at least 17 deaths across 8 counties in Florida. That being said, is FEMA out of money? No, FEMA is not out of money. What's true and what's not true about FEMA disaster assistance? From Florida USA Today Network, dated October 9th, 2024, under that title, no, FEMA is not out of money. What's true and what's not true about FEMA disaster assistance? If you assess that, it is a lengthy, detailed article that answers particular questions related to FEMA's assistance in disaster relief. Some of you might deem that pertinent and would get some valuable information from the contents. BRICS country rejects de-dollarization, embraces the U.S. dollar. In a new twist of events, BRICS member India has confirmed that it will not target the U.S. dollar amid the de-dollarization agenda that has engulfed the global financial landscape. India made it clear that it has no plans to end reliance on the U.S. dollar and will use the currency for trade and transactions where it remains a necessary form of payment. Next, according to reports, J.P. Morgan Chase, Bank of America, and Wells Fargo are currently under investigation by the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau for their handling of consumer complaints related to the peer-to-peer payment platform Zelle, with concerns about potential scams and inadequate complaint resolution processes. So that being said, What's the news with Cash App? Well, for myself, I've never had any problems with Cash App. I mean, I've had people approach me about a transaction using Cash App, but since the recipient's name did not match the name of the person I was in the conversation with, then I declined to follow up or follow through. But here's what's in the news. Cash App. The $15 million settlement involves Cash App customers who had unauthorized or fraudulent transactions from August 23rd, 2018 to August 20th, 2024. According to the lawsuit, the settlement involves data and security breaches within the payment app service. This is dated 2 days ago. And naturally, next, how to collect your share of a $15 million Cash App settlement. Now, this is from ABC 15 Arizona. So, how to collect your share of a $15 million Cash App settlement, posted October 9th, 2024. If you access the article, there's a link in the article that will lead you to how to file a claim. You know, like the blue letters, you tap it and it opens up and leads you where you need to go. So for those of you that are involved in that and have not already followed up, that is a way that you can do so. Next, this is where we kind of draw the line between he said, she said, and what I heard and what somebody told me. And this is in relation to Sean Diddy Combs' hotline gets 12,000 calls in 24 hours, accuser's lawyer says. That's the lawyer of the people that are accusing him. As follows in part, Tony Busby, the attorney representing 120 people accusing the rapper, who is currently in a New York jail after being arrested last month for charges on sex trafficking, racketeering, and prostitution of sexual assault, has spoken out. Excuse me. I think the indictment and the arrest kind of gave people a little more comfort that they had more safety and support to step forward. As Busby explained in an interview with Law and Crime released October 2nd. When I made an announcement that I was going to pursue this case, the floodgates really opened. In a 10-day period, we got 3,200 calls. And then from the press conference we had yesterday, we had 12,000 calls in about 24 hours. At an October 1st press conference per NBC News, Busby said that his clients, one of whom the attorney said was just 9 years old at the time of their incident, had come forward with allegations against Combs, including violent sexual assault or rape, facilitated sex with a controlled substance, dissemination of video recordings, and sexual abuse of minors. He continues, "We know that there were people in the room when some of these things occurred," Busby told Law and Crime. "It is my view that if you participated in it, if you benefited from it, if you encouraged it, if you watched it go on and were somehow involved, whether it be even peripherally involved and did not try to stop it, or especially in regard to minors, and it's my view that you have liability on the civil side." At the press conference earlier this month, Busby detailed that 25 of the 120 aforementioned accusers were minors at the time of their incidents, which took place in numerous states. So it's like get on the bandwagon if you know anything somebody ever told you, or if you know somebody who knows somebody, and you just kind of like, well, it's the talk of the town, so everybody's got something they want to put in it. But that kind of clears the air as the position that he is taking as defending the people who have been done wrong. Next one, as you say, there was a lot of raised eyebrows as to which celebrities who would be named, who would not be named, and consequently some names have fallen into the headlines. This next one, Jay-Z and Beyonce forced Piers Morgan to apologize on air over Diddy rumors. So Piers Morgan's name is recognized, and he's done a number of interviews of prominent people. In this case, I'll just share some of the article with you, and it's dated October 9th. During Tuesday's broadcast of the Piers Morgan Uncensored show, Morgan did the unimaginable and issued a public apology. The thing about platforms, the reality of the modern world is that pretty much everyone has a platform as long as they have something to say that other people want to hear, he said while looking somber. He explained why he invited singer Jaguar Wright on his show, saying she had a platform with or without him. However, while on his show, she made several serious allegations about the Carters that resulted in legal action. As I said in the moment, they were not present to respond or defend themselves, but now they have. We had lawyers contact us to say that those claims were totally false, have no basis in fact, and were therefore complied with the legal request to cut them from the original interview. Morgan continued explaining that editing an interview isn't something that happens on his uncensored show. However, some legal limits made that happen. We apologize to Jay-Z and Beyonce, he concluded his statement. So, in our eagerness to talk and say something just to have something to say, we have to be careful. So, on to our top stories. Obama says black men should stop making excuses and get behind Harris. And I think that's adequately stated, because myself as a black man in America have seen society change its face. There may have been a time when racially we just grouped all white people together as black people, and they probably did the same with us based on history and historical events. Now we progress to the point where we can look at people as individuals to a certain degree, and we're the same. There was a time when we did not think as black people that we would ever have a black president. That has happened. And as a man, I probably have said, well, women probably are not in a position to run the country. But come November, hopefully that will be the case. And that's based on the fact that even with the media still getting behind Trump, what I'm finding out as I delve into these articles that switch the opinion polls and switch the numbers and various things like that, a lot of those articles are based on simulations from professors and academic people who do research, and they just, put some details in a program and simulate it, and therefore that's the basis of the article, but not factual. So, former President Obama is saying that black men should recognize that a woman could run the country. And if this country continues its opinion as they did with the previous election when Trump was voted out and Biden was voted in, then we should see another historical event. Next one, top election data analyst says Trump's odds of winning have suddenly surged, but can't explain why. This is another one of those simulations. So we'll move on to the next one. Harris points to California experience and criticizes Trump when asked how she would differ from Biden on border policy. Next one, Trump proposes 15% corporation tax to save America's auto industry, threatens 1,000% tariffs on imports, which reminds me, there have been several major vehicle recalls. You might want to access that if you have not noticed it in the news already. Next, Ethel Kennedy, social activist and wife of Robert F. Kennedy, has died. Biden joins growing calls for Congress to return to past certain hurricane relief. Harris' campaign distances itself from interview editing claims after CBS airs two different answers. Trump calls for CBS to lose its broadcast license amid 60 Minutes controversy. Well, the FCC has already stepped in and said that's not going to happen. And he cannot call for that type of action against a broadcast station. Here's the 2025 COLA increase for Social Security recipients. Drum roll, 2.5% for 2025. The numbers are out, which translates to $50 extra on your Social Security income, which led to a lot of other conversations. That's not going to be enough for us to keep up. And the interesting thing about it is that the way that is determined is based on a certain group of working people, not retirees. So it kind of shades it, but it is stated that it's the lowest COLA, cost of living increase adjustment, that we have had in a long while. So bear that in mind. The numbers are out. 2.5% translates to $50 more. But I never was one to turn down money, so I will take it. Judge argues special counsel's evidence in federal election case shouldn't be released. Judge to allow release of redacted evidence. Redacted is when you see a document that has all the black lines through it. So now the judge is saying that part is redacted, shall be made available. In Trump's federal election case, Trump's attorneys had sought to block the release of redacted evidence tied to a 165-page brief by the special counsel in the former president's election interference case. So those are your top stories for today, Friday, October the 11th. And I'll give you one more to grow on, or to go on, as they say. Pizza Hut is giving out free pizzas throughout the entire month of October. Here's how to get one. So it seems like for 40 years, Pizza Hut has been promoting reading and completing a book amongst young people. So since 1984, the initiative has been motivating students from pre-K through 6th grade to read with the promise of a pizza prize. Just a little background, excuse me. But pizza fans do not have to enroll in the program in order to be eligible for a free personal pan pizza. Americans simply have to pay an $8 minimum online order via Pizza Hut's website or app and enter the code BOOKIT40 in caps BOOKIT, the number 40 at checkout. While prices vary across different restaurants, a portion of 5 breadsticks costs $8.19 at a Pizza Hut location in Manhattan, New York. If a customer were to purchase this and enter the promo code, they would be able to get a personal pan cheese pizza, which usually costs $6.19, free of charge. The promo code will be valid until October 30th or until 1 million free pizzas are redeemed, the chain said. Americans can also order the Book It bundle, which includes 2 large one-topping pizza and breadsticks. Promo from Pizza Hut. Read a book. That's it. Hashtag.